So I call it hydrate plus stimulant. So I drink water in the morning and I have caffeine to kickstart the morning off right. That's our morning routines. The key here is that there is no one size fits all. The key is that you have a morning routine.
So figure out that part of like, what are the things you're doing immediately in the morning and how do they make you feel? And how do they set the pace for the rest of your day? And just start, as Dave Meltzer would say, clear the corrosion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, number 704, What's Your Superpower? Today, for episode number 705, creating a next level morning routine.
So what we're going to do in this episode is basically, as Kevin mentioned, help you create a morning routine, but we're also going to give you some examples of awesome morning routines from some of my clients.
Yes, so I will just second what Dave Meltzer says. He talks about meditating first thing in the morning. In an ideal world, that's the point I would get to, but I'm just going to take you through mine really quickly and give you a little bit of an understanding of why to do it. So first of all, for a long time, I was like the 4 a.m. club person. I always talked about getting up at 4, getting up at 4:30. I have really transitioned that to making sure I'm getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. For a long time, I wasn't doing that. Alan forced me to read Peak Performance, and that has helped shift me on that. So first of all, the most important thing to a positive, powerful morning routine is a good quality nighttime routine. So make sure you're getting to bed at a reasonable time. But I think for most people, the most impactful thing, the easiest thing to get off the table, do not check your phone first thing when you wake up.
For sure.
I told Amy that a while ago, and she said she stopped doing it, and that was a game changer. It might be hard if you have, like, a business or you have people relying on you, but that is the one thing that has made the biggest difference for me. I wake up, put my AirPods in, weigh myself, go to the kitchen, mix my pre-workout while I'm listening to, like, Gary Vee or something on YouTube. I do ROMWOD, go to the gym, come home.
What's ROMWOD?
ROMWOD is an app that, shout out to Bianca, she told us about it, that helps you with your mobility. So it's just a thing you follow along with that you want to loosen up your shoulders, there's a thing for that. If you want to do your quads, there's a thing for that. Go to the gym, get that done, because I've realized this about myself. I don't like going to the gym in the afternoon. It just doesn't feel like a valuable use of my time. So I just won't go. So for me, like, in the morning is when I go. I think that's another important thing, is like figuring out the hard stuff to get it out of the way. But yeah, after that, it depends on the day. But I like to meditate on the porch while it's still dark out. It's like a thing for me. So that's kind of
Before you go to the gym or after?
After.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sometimes it's like still a little bit dark when I get home.
Wow. So my morning routine is somewhat similar to that, especially lately, because since Emilia and I moved in together, we're actually doing the gym mostly in the morning, except for on Saturday and Sunday, we're actually doing the evenings. And Monday's an off day because of Marathon Monday. So here's what I do. I wake up in the morning, and the very first thing I do is first I kiss Emilia. If she's still sleeping, I don't, but a lot of times we'll wake up together to the same alarm. Then immediately I put on my morning mindset workout, and I go and I grab Tucker. So Tucker is our dog, and basically she feeds him and takes him out 2 times in basically the late morning and the early afternoon. I do morning and night because I'm in the studio during the day. So I wake up, put my morning mindset workout on. It starts with Eddie Pinero's Ode to Excellence on YouTube. I have morning mindset workout on my YouTube channel, by the way. If you go to Alan Lazaros on YouTube, you'll be able to find a playlist. It's a public playlist, and you'll be able to see the first 3 videos. The first one is Ode to Excellence. The second one is actually Tyrese Gibson doing a video about how to stay true to yourself. And then the third one is actually a motivational compilation. It starts with Tony Robbins, Joe Rogan's in there, a bunch of other people. Jim Rohn, all that. Then, so I grab Tucker, I wake him up, we go outside, he does peas and poops.
Peas and poops.
As we all do. And then we go for a little walk around the cul-de-sac, and then I do peas and poops. And then immediately I go into my office, and similar to Kevin, I do foam rolling and ROMWOD as well. Again, long-form stretching, mobility. And then immediately I sit at my desk and I do WhatsApp. WhatsApp is where all my clients are, and then I check my phone and all that, and then I set up my morning for success, and then I leave for the studio. Usually my first call is not until 10 a.m., but I also shower, and when I shower, I always put on a motivational speech or something, a book Today it was actually John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, which we are reading in book club. It's the law of modeling is the chapter that we're on. But it's always in the shower and while I'm brushing my teeth and getting ready and getting dressed and all that, I'm always listening to something motivational, inspirational, or educational. And then on my way to the studio, I'm either listening to Next Level You because we review the episodes, or I'm listening to a book. Right now I'm reading Dr. Joe Dispenza, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One, Quantum Physics, all kind
Great
of cool
podcast
stuff.
you listen to on the ride to the studio.
Next Level University,
Yeah.
Have you heard of it? Or?
Yeah, it sounds like a nice little morning routine you have there. Go for a little walk around the cul-de-sac, little dog stuff.
It's nice.
I do the cat stuff occasionally, so it depends on the day.
I missed something.
Go
and
ahead.
Kevin's doing cat stuff, I'm doing dog stuff. But I also have caffeine in the morning, so I call it hydrate plus stimulant. So I drink water in the morning, and I have caffeine to kickstart the morning off right. All right, so that's our morning routines. And the key here is that there is no one-size-fits-all. The key is that you have a morning routine.
Make sure you're getting enough sleep. I think that's like, I said this in the live podcast of like, I've heard so many speeches about people say like, oh, you'll sleep when you're dead. Entrepreneurs don't sleep. Like, if
Nonsense.
you want to be a miserable entrepreneur, then don't sleep. But if you really want to be productive, and Alan's really been pushing me to get more sleep because I am the person who runs off of 6 hours of sleep, does not mean I run optimally. So I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely, brother. I appreciate that recognition. So Emilia and Kevin are two genuinely of the hardest working people I've ever personally met in terms of consistency and persistency. But they both, had that sort of, I'll wake up early no matter what, even if I don't get good sleep. So for me, I think that's a Jeffing. And I've talked to both of them about it, and they're both having a lot of really good positive response and results due to that. Because again, cognitive function declines without good sleep. Figure out how much you need. Emilia and I call it alarm hygiene. So
As you guys would.
yeah, exactly. Literally just like calendar hygiene. Very sexy.
Hi everyone, my name is Bianca Thomas. I am the host of the WhyPower Podcast, and I'm also a client of both Kevin and Alan. I had the absolute pleasure and honor and honestly the blessing of meeting both of these extraordinary men at the beginning of their journey, when the Hyperconscious podcast was just at its beginning. And to keep it short and sweet, these two guys have completely changed my life. Because of them, I've been able to really learn how to love myself, to express myself, to go past my fears and have the courage to do things that I never thought I would have done, like having my own podcast. I'm a little over time, but I just want to say, if there's anyone out there who wants a coach, who wants help, who wants two people to lean on, it's these two guys. They are rare, extraordinary men, and I'm so lucky to have them in my life.
But basically, before we go to bed, we ask each other, we only set one alarm on one phone. And we say, do you want to wake up to this alarm as well? And if so, first we drive to 5, and we find a happy medium of so for example, if she has to be at work by 8, she'll set, and we want to go to the gym, it's okay, well, let's do 6 o'clock. It's well, can we do 6:30? Because right now it's 11, and I want to make sure we get our 8 hours. So we always have that conversation. But when we first started living together, my alarm would go off, and I would snooze. Then her alarm would go off, and it was this whole thing, multiple alarms. And then Alexa one time just hammered it. So the key is to have one alarm and to just get up out of bed and start your morning routine. All right, so this is already being a longer episode than we anticipated,
Naturally.
but let me give you a couple of my clients' morning routines, because all my clients do peak performance tracking, and basically it's broken up into morning, afternoon, and evening, the 3 parts of the day that really matter. And so I'll keep it anonymous. This is one of my clients. The very first thing on her routine is phoneless morning, meaning no phone when she wakes up. Then she does 20 minutes of yoga. Then she does 15 minutes of meditation. And then she does self-reflection journaling. And we actually reviewed her journaling prompts. And then she immediately goes into a 90-minute business work session. And I actually have this pulled up on the TV behind us right now. Let's go through another one of my clients. Okay, so get up at 6 a.m., move your body 30 minutes, meditation or vision work, journal/gratitude work, read 10 pages of a personal development book, write today's tasks in a planner. So again, these are just ideas for many of you. Let's look at another client here. Self-development podcast is the first thing she does in the morning. Or no, morning mindset routine is the first thing. then it's self-development podcast, then it's exercise 30-plus minutes. A lot of people exercising in the morning.
That's the way to do it.
Eat 3 healthy meals. That's not all at once. That's kind of like a checkbox. And then track her finances and study for 30 minutes. Okay, and then we'll do one more. What's a good example? Okay, my man Tim. Okay, I actually have 2 clients that are named Tim, so no one knows which. Okay.
What's his social?
What's his, yeah, exactly, and address. Okay. Very first thing, exercise 30 minutes. Then it's morning celery juice and make coffee. Review the calendar and check for fires. So he's a business owner, and check for fires would make sense to anyone who's an entrepreneur. And then immediately a power hour, which is not the traditional power hour of like drinking, but a power hour 60-minute jam session of focused work. And then afternoon lunch and recharge time. So that's the morning routines of some of my clients. The key here is there's no one size fits all. The key is that you figure out what morning routine is best for you, and you do it consistently.
And I think you do what works. Like Alan said, the best morning routine for you is what works consistently, and it's something that you can continue to improve. It's like I know when I'm jeffing, when I wake, my alarm goes off, and I always get up before Taryn just because she sleeps a little bit longer than I do, but I get up, and like as I'm walking out of our room down the hallway, I already have my phone open on WhatsApp. Like that's a jeffing. I'm setting my day up for failure. And this is another thing too, and I talked to somebody about this the other day. I find myself, when I don't go to bed early enough, I tend to hit snooze. And when I hit snooze, I start to feel bad about myself because it's like you're already letting yourself down.
Right away.
So figure out that part of like, what are the things you're doing immediately in the morning, and how do they make you feel? And how do they set the pace for the rest of your day? And just start, as Dave Meltzer would say, clear the corrosion. If you find yourself, my phone's over there, but if you find yourself picking up your phone and then you think to yourself like, oh, I'm super anxious in the afternoon, I bet you there might be some sort of correlation there. So every day, like at the end of your night, set up your day for success. Look at your calendar, figure out what you have going, right? Every single one of us has a morning. Not every single one of us has a morning routine, so make sure yours is dialed in. And I can definitely attest to the fact that it'll help you get to the next level a little bit quicker and a little bit more sustainably.
Very last thing. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. It's like, I'm used to it.
Yeah. Very last thing here. I think that every morning routine should have some element of the following. Great sleep.
Yes.
Wake up without your phone. Hydration, some form of drink a lot of water in the morning because your body's super dehydrated, and some form of exercise. It could be yoga or mobility, or it could be an actual workout, or both. And then personal development. You've got to have some level of like feed your mind. Feed your mind. Yeah, it feels great.
It feels good to get home at 7 a.m. and you've already learned for 20 minutes. You've done mobility. You've drank probably 30 or 40 ounces of water. You've exercised, you're showered, you're ready to go. It feels good to prime yourself in that way.
And I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I said it would be the last thing, but it's not. Imagine the version of you, if you're out there listening, who for the next 10 years.
10 years.
The first thing you did.
3,650 days.
The first thing you did. Really? Yeah, 3,650 days.
Yeah.
10 years. The first thing you did was listen to the Next Level You podcast.
I'd love that.
How next level would your life be?
I'd love that.
If you picked up your phone and didn't check social media, instead you just listened to the latest Next Level You episode. I just think your life would improve drastically. Truthfully, I actually do think that. We're being facetious here. Facetious?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I've gone off the rails. I'm being funny or trying to be, but seriously, your life would be completely different, and I do believe that.
Cool.
Deeply.
I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy a facetious new online course, we just released our first online course. Again, I've been saying this. I know that I felt stuck. I know that I felt lonely. I know that I felt facetious. That's what this course is all about. It's what we've learned. It's $47. We wanted to make it cheap and affordable. And if you don't get value from like you didn't from this episode, you can return it within 30 days and we'll give you your money back. Honestly, it's more important to have a good relationship with you guys than it is to take your money. So like that's not why we're in this. I just know that not everybody can afford one-on-one or group coaching right now. And we've been really excited for a long time to release a course. And I'm glad we finally have it up. So go to the website, nextleveluniverse.com, and you can see that we have a course tab. Click there, and it will take you to the course page.
If you want to dial in your morning routine, reach out to Kevin or myself on Instagram saying, hey, I just listened to the morning routine episode. I want help. We will book a free 30-minute call with any listener of this show. Please reach out on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn.
Yes, and that will not be forever, because as the show continues to grow and evolve, we're not going to have time to be able to do free calls with everybody. Obviously, we'd love to, but yes, please reach out if this episode inspired you and you really want to take action on your next level morning routine. Our next episode is with the world-class multiple-time guest, like many-time guest.
Oh, yeah?
The one and only David Meltzer. We talked to him about the struggle to receive. So I think Alan and I are really good at going out and getting things, but oftentimes we have a block when it comes to receiving things. I know a lot of people I've talked to don't know how to take compliments, so they'll say, I struggle to receive compliments. I think that's kind of a theme on their life. So if that's something you deal with, make sure you listen to this, because as always, Dave has a very, very interesting spin on this, like he does everything. We love you. We appreciate you. And as always, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all with David Meltzer tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.